Ray Charles took a road trip to visit the childhood home of Ray Charles. The home was rebuilt, but this is the footprint, this is the land that his original house was. He was born in Georgia, but he lived here up until the age of 5. Long story, he learned to play, like in the movie Ray, from a guy at the Red Wing Cafe, and he ended up starting to play there, and his mother and him moved behind the Red Wing Cafe. But his first years were here in this neighborhood, in this house area right here. And when I see the reviews, it's awesome. There's an outhouse in the back that you can't see in the pictures, but it's a little 4-room house. And basically you slept anywhere. They had the well water. And when I see the reviews, it's a shame to see people talk about that it's a sketchy neighborhood. It's a bad neighborhood. It's not a sketchy neighborhood. It's a country neighborhood. I grew up on the streets just like this. And it's good people that are barely making it, trying to survive, trying to keep their house intact. So they can't just get a new roof every 5 or 10 years. They have to put tin up there to keep it going. And they do what they can to keep their house and their home going. It's not sketchy, it's country. You can tell by the reviews the way some of these people grew up. And there's nothing wrong with growing up in a country area and finding things to do and figuring it out and working your way to keep it going. That's what kind of neighborhood he grew up in his time in the 1930s. 1930, yes, and Ray Charles died in 2004, so he built himself up, but he started out in a place like this, a good old church neighborhood. He listened to his gospel music and he wanted to do his part of it. It's a nice neighborhood. Don't listen to the reviews saying be careful, it's sketchy. No, it's good people. There's his home there. As I'm leaving that, going to his statue, which is in the park. And once again, it's not sketchy. It's good old country people. The people that don't know about regular life, I guess, those are the bad reviews. Don't listen to those reviews. They say they go there and take the picture and leave because it was so sketchy and they were scared. And no, none of that. Good country people. Everybody waves, everybody's polite, they say hi. The kids are walking down the railroad tracks, they're enjoying themselves. Drive with the windows down and feel safe and feel good. And it was good. I did this for my pop. Rest in peace. Ray Charles was one of his idols. My pop also played the piano, but Ray Charles was probably the biggest idol for him, along with Marilyn Monroe, his number one love, Stevie Wonder, Barry Manilow. That was one of his inspirations. The Candyman Ken, he was one of his inspirations as well. He had his inspirations that kept him going, the people he looked up to. But yeah, so I'm driving now through this neighborhood, which is not a problem. It's country. There's nothing like country. Country is good people. That's what I'll say out from time and time again. There's his statue in the park, Mr. Ray Charles. I'll tell you what, my grandmother used to do a great impression of Ray Charles. Had the whole room shaking and cracking up, laughing, and she had her foot up just like he did there. My grandmother did a great impression of Ray Charles. Ray Charles, how many musicians are kicking today and playing today because of the inspiration from Ray Charles? It's like when I went to visit the Buddy Holly house. And Buddy Holly inspired the Beatles, let alone all these other names, Elvis Presley, you name it. Ray Charles was there with that. He was a great inspiration, and he deserves this statue. He deserves his house to be built there. Ray Charles, thank you so much for what you did for music. Bringing jazz, bringing soul, bringing history, bringing everything out, and sharing your music. Because of you, there's good music out now. You're one of the main reasons, so it was very nice to see this statue and enjoy it. It was very nice to see his childhood home. And I hope my pop came along with me for the ride to see the legend Ray Charles.